Okay guys, g'day, Clint here for dropshipsocial.com. Today I'm going to be talking about RRP in Australia, or recommended retail price, and how it affects you and your dropshipping stores. So let's get started. Alright, so RRP and what it means for your dropshipping stores, how it affects you, how you can use it to your advantage, and why your suppliers sort of state it, I guess, to start with. So let's get started. What is it? No doubt in Australia you would have seen next to most prices recommended retail price. You'll see that on labels of, food and milk and all sorts of things like that, maybe t-shirts, things like that. You would have noticed RRP, right? And what does it mean? Recommended retail price. So what does it mean for a dropshipping store and how does it work, okay? Technically, suppliers in Australia are not allowed to set a price, okay? In Australia, that's what we call price fixing, and it's illegal. But suppliers can say this is the recommended price and sort of state it there, and it's sort of the illusion of that's what the price should be. And they have ways of enforcing this in which I'll get into further in the video, but that's basically all it is. It's just suppliers, it's their recommended retail price. That's what they would like people to sell it for. That's what they feel that the product's worth out into the retail market, so that their products don't sort of appear cheaper or of less value than whatever other brands that they're competing against. Okay, so that's why they kind of set a recommended retail price. Do you have to follow it? No, quite literally you don't. It's again illegal for them to force you to use recommended retail price, and that's why you'll see oftentimes on eBay and other places that they're just well below the recommended retail price. So in America, I think they call it MAP. But that makes it's kind of hard to compete if suppliers aren't sort of somehow trying to make other companies or other businesses follow their recommended retail price. Because if your margins aren't, or if your business model is slightly different, and they're going for quantity over quality, I suppose that's the word. They're happy with $1 and you need 10. You're going to struggle because they're going to sell it for $9 under recommended retail price. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, guys, if you follow. Let me check my notes a little bit more. So I've already covered why do suppliers recommend it. They want to protect their brand, they want to protect their image, they want to protect the value of their brand, or perceived value of their brand, by having it at a certain level that they're comfortable with selling it at a retail price. And that's why they have recommended retail. But again, they can't technically enforce it, but what they do, so let's go back into that, how they do enforce it. What suppliers will do is they will just drop you off their wholesale list. They just won't supply you anymore. So if they really want their brand to be at a certain price point, and they don't want people to go under it, if they find out that you're selling it under recommended retail price, they'll just drop you as a supplier. And then obviously you can't sell their gear anymore because you don't have an account with them anymore. So that's sort of how they enforce it. Technically they're not allowed to enforce it, but that's how they do in Australia. So that's that. So just so you know how all that works, some suppliers will drop you and you'll lose your account, and then that's the end of that. You're not selling their gear anymore. So I recommend sticking with recommended retail price if you notice basically everyone else is. If everyone else isn't, you're going to have to find a way to try and compete. But generally, try and stick to recommended retail price because it helps your bottom line, and the suppliers are setting that price for a reason. So the next thing, how to get around it, okay? Especially if they're trying to enforce it as best you can. If people email you with, or get an inquiry or whatever, and you know that you're basically the exact same price as everybody else, you can drop a sneaky little discount code via email to them. 5 or 10%, so that way you're beating your competitors, as long as you've got some margin in there, and undercut your competitors that way. So a sneaky little discount code always works via email, personal discount code, one-off discount code. You might not want to advertise it on your store, but you can definitely build one into the back end of your Shopify site. So there you go, guys. Recommended retail price and a few tips around it. You know, I get a few questions occasionally about this, so now we've covered it. So with that, if you want to find out more about dropshipping or any other these topics, head over to dropshipsocial.com. It is a 100% free social media platform where a lot of cool entrepreneurs and like-minded people are hanging out, sharing stories, sharing ideas. You know, it's a great place to hang out. So check it out, dropshipsocial.com. If you like the vid, guys, give me a thumbs up and obviously subscribe to the channel. And until next time, continue to live the dream and we'll talk again soon. Cheers.